the index, and if it's something that I kind of want to look at, I'll get into
Yeah.
it.
RSA's, sometimes they're hard to understand too. How's everybody's New Year's?
Good.
Good. Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
Good New Year's.
Christmas was nice. I saw a couple of
2024, who knows what it's gonna bring.
I know.
Well, it's ice, some snow.
Sure, a lot colder tonight.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's 19 right now for my car coming in.
Mm.
So, yeah, it's supposed to be. Lake might finally freeze.
Yeah, it froze the day before Christmas and then it thawed out
Yeah,
and then it froze
but we
again.
got that rain, that heavy
Yeah.
warm spell, and it rained like crazy.
Wasn't it dreary for over a
Oh,
week there? No,
it was swampy. It was swampy, Shirley.
Yeah,
Just like everything was
dismal.
doggy and dismal.
yeah, yeah.
I mean, there was some early, before all that, there was snow up in the hills in back of my house.
Mhm.
I mean, I went up on top of the, like, I'm up on Shaker Mountain area, right? You go up there was like 6, 8 inches of snow. I went up to Moose Mountain, that's probably 10 inches of snow on top of Moose Mountain.
Wow.
And it's gone now.
Yeah.
It's kind of cool. You know, a lot of that early snow was all elevation related.
Watching this to see if I hear anything from. Oh, yeah, can't count. Well, you can vote, but we can't count as a quorum.
What's the point then?
That's okay.
Carol, hello.
Oh,
Okay.
good.
Happy New
We
Year.
were just
Happy New
worried.
Year.
You make our quorum, Carol. We were just worried that we were gonna have one. Great.
Right, now we can vote to change the world,
There we
Yeah.
go.
okay?
Let's vote to make anybody that's on Zoom can be part of the quorum.
Can she be?
I don't
Pardon
know.
me.
We heard that you can.
They
You
can
have
vote,
to actually physically be
but I
here.
don't think it can be counted as a quorum. I've heard that. I'm quite sure at other meetings.
Yeah, for the quorum to
You have to
be
be
valid, you have to
physically
be in person.
here.
Yeah.
But if you do come online, you can vote as long as
True,
you're in
because
person.
But then we'll do a roll call vote
Yes.
because someone's online.
Yeah, because they could send us a virtual link.
Oh, there's Liz.
That's Lee.
Okay, good.
What that does.
I saw you,
No, that's not
well,
what I wanted to
giving
do.
your, wait, we went to the church.
Oh, the St. Thomas?
Yeah,
You were there?
yeah.
I was invited by one of my
I
drivers.
should interrupt you, but I should call it.
Okay.
Oh,
We'll chat after. Yeah,
Because it's
that was
after
fun.
7.
That was
We
fun.
were,
Go ahead, Shirley.
sorry, called the meeting to order at 7:04.
Okay.
Report attendance. Just go around and state your name.
Cheryl.
Jay,
Shirley Green.
Andrew, okay?
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah.
This is Lee
State
Davis.
your name, Lee.
she stated it.
Good. Carol, did you?
She did.
Say yours?
Yeah.
Yeah, oh, okay. Can hear you. Now, who's the other
That's
one
just
on
me.
the MA?
That is meetings account. It's just us, but I'm trying to figure out how to get this back on the owl. I was trying to pin the page. Oh no. And it's now not on the
That
owl.
was fun. It was really beautiful, that,
So do you know Christy Saunders?
no.
So she delivers meals for me and she asked me to come to speak.
Okay.
Yes,
So,
and they invite
yeah.
people from nonprofits to come to speak and be part of the ceremony. It was nice. The music was awesome.
So we don't have any public, so there are no public comments. We need to approve the minutes of December 7th.
Yep.
Okay.
Does anyone like to?
I read them and I had no issues with them.
I didn't have any issues, but I did have a question.
Oh. Whoop. Hmm.
Wait, that I might have disconnected it. Hi, Lee, you just got me over here. I
I'm
don't know
not
how to turn the owl back on.
at this. It's a miracle I'm here. This is wonderful.
It is good, isn't it?
Mm.
One good thing that came out of COVID was being able to attend by Zoom.
Yeah,
If you're not able, if you're away or. Let us know when you're all set.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I'll email Rob. I don't know. I can't, you can hear us okay, Lee?
Yes, I can. Sometimes it cracks up, but yes, I can hear.
Okay. Yeah, I might go give Rob a call, but it's recording, so you guys can go.
Okay.
Go ahead.
who's,
So were there any
who's
questions
that
or?
smiling in the corner over there? The
Is that
lower
Lee?
right,
No, there's
No.
someone else there.
yeah.
That's Whitney, isn't it?
No,
Oh, that must be MA, whoever.
no, MA is just the system.
Oh, I don't know.
Whoever that in the corner is, it's frozen.
I
Yeah,
think that was Whitney.
It might be
I
Whitney.
think it's
Right
Whitney.
here.
Yeah, it's frozen.
Yeah.
She hasn't moved. That's probably Whitney, yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
I see
Didn't
Whitney's
like it.
smile.
Hi, Lee.
Hi.
We can see the top of your head.
Oh, yeah, I'm not, I get this little tiny Kindle thing. So it's a
This is
miracle.
down in the corner, right, Whitney?
Yeah, and it's like frozen.
I turned it up.
goes, who's
that
face there?
Yeah.
Were there any other questions or did?
Oh, did we get to Carol's question?
Yeah, the line 44, the property owner is primarily by one, property's owned primarily by one family, or the other who may be less interested in selling. I thought the other family was more interested in selling. It's not a big deal, but you know, it's,
I can double check the
Yeah,
video.
no, I agree. When I read that, I thought the same thing.
did you?
Yeah, yeah.
Because the woman who came here was interested in putting it in conservation.
Yes.
Yeah,
And they were concerned that this other person, the other people,
wanted to sell it for
yeah,
big.
but they have a
bucks.
partial ownership in it too, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
Yeah, that's what I thought.
but
So I
they,
guess primarily by one family is okay. I mean, but they have
Yeah.
a partial ownership. We don't know anything
But it
about.
is hard when someone else has a different.
Yeah.
Wants to do something different with it.
yeah.
Yeah.
okay.
Okay.
I wanted to
Any-
thank you for making the changes that I had recommended the other day.
Yes.
Appreciate getting them in there. There's one typo. The HDA and then down here you have HAD.
HDA.
Yeah, it should be HDA, but I would not redo the minutes for. I mean, or resend the minutes just for that.
It is November or
This is December,
December still,
Yeah.
okay.
under amendments, line 53.
So you're gonna check on that, huh? Whitney?
Yes,
Yeah.
yeah, I can review the recording.
Anybody else have any comments?
No,
No. They look
I-
good.
Do you hear a
It was fine.
motion to accept them?
I'll make a motion. We accept the minutes.
And I'll second it.
Okay, need a roll call vote to accept them. We can start with you, Lee.
Yes, I accept, I approve them.
Lee, say your name.
Lee Davis approves them.
Okay, thank you.
Carol Wyman approves them.
Jay Wellens approves.
Shirley Green, approves.
Ed Rippey approves.
We have to do that because one's on Zoom.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, that's when it's on Zoom. Okay,
Yeah.
got it.
Just on Zoom. Okay. Okay, so our new business is to elect a chair.
Well, I'm gonna say right now, I'm not able to do it, so, I'm just, my work is consuming me too much right now to the point where I'm not even sure how much longer I'm gonna stay there. This is personal.
Oh,
And, you know, it's impacting my health a little bit, so
Well,
I really don't wanna go into the details, but you know, that's what it is.
well, to tell you, I had thought I would not, but I've had several people approach me the last couple days that talked to me. And even my husband said he thought I should, so I would be willing to,
Oh, fantastic.
Okay,
pardon me.
Fantastic.
But
That's great, because we both feel too new. to
I
do it,
know,
you know.
Yeah.
But at some point down the road, I wouldn't mind doing it.
yeah, I'm the same way. I mean, I
Yeah.
think right now, I just wanna ease towards retirement, and when I get fully retired, cause I wanna be able to do it justice and do the reading and, you know, provide the, you know, what the committee needs. And I don't think I can do that right now, you know, work is over, it's turning into a more of I was a part-time, and now it's probably about full-time, because of staffing. And there's issues that are just kind of uncomfortable, but anyway, that's that.
well,
I am willing to help you in any way. You know,
Thank you.
if you
Oh.
need, any assistance in reaching out to people or,
yeah, that'd be great. That's what, you know, makes it, everyone working together is
Yeah.
what makes it work well. And I appreciate that, because I do have a full plate already.
Yeah, you're a busy lady.
Yeah, you're on everything. I don't know how you do it.
I don't either. Every time I get a camp,
So I guess you have to, someone would have to nominate me. And-
I will nominate you gladly.
Thank you.
Serve
and I
as our
will
chair.
second that nomination.
You know, accept. Is that okay with you, Lee?
Absolutely, but I just want you to know this is gonna be a team effort. You're a busy lady and it's great you
Yeah.
step forward and anything you need, just let me know. You know.
I
I'll-
will.
Great.
what
I
you
will,
do.
I'll tell you.
It's
We all-
okay because
we all
we,
feel that way.
Thank you. I
don't
appreciate
we
it.
want her to be VP?
Oh,
Don't,
yes, we need to,
Do you guys want to vote
yes, you better
Roll call.
vote. You
on the
need
chair?
to,
Okay.
need to vote. We had to do a roll call, Lee, because you're on Zoom, so you need to say your name and say you approve.
Lee Davis approves.
Carol Wyman approves.
Jay Wellens approves.
Ed-
See, I don't think I vote.
Rippy approves.
I don't think you vote. That's right.
So, how about vice chair?
I
Anyone?
nominate Ed.
Pardon me?
Oh,
What'd you
vice
say?
chair?
Yeah.
Are we nominating for vice chair?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yes, we are.
we're wondering if you do vice chair.
I nominate Ed.
What did I do to you? Well, I'm willing to help anyway, and if that's the way I can help, I'll be glad to do that.
Anybody else?
Unless somebody
Wanted
else
to do-
wants it.
No,
No, not at this time.
Yeah.
Maybe in the next roll call, when your term is served, you know, I might be ready probably.
Mhm.
But I'm just too busy right now with a lot of stuff.
Can I ask a couple questions?
Yes.
Our terms, it looks like 6 members, two members renew every year. So it goes 2, 2, and 2, right? So the terms will expire in 24, 2 will expire in 25, and 2 will
Yes.
expire in 26.
Yes, I'm not tuned into that.
Yeah, I don't think I have my town report with me.
I think you're right though, Ed.
Yeah,
I just enrolled this
It
past
is,
year.
Select Board and Lee are up for their seats expired this year.
Who's that?
So the Select Board reps, so Kate at this time, and then Lee.
Okay,
okay. And then we got the open position with Jerry
Yes.
resigning.
don't we have another open position too?
one.
Not counting Jerry. One more?
yeah, like,
No,
Ed-
I filled
Oh,
that.
you filled that, okay.
Yeah.
Don't we need an alternate? We need an alternate?
There's always an alternate open, yeah. That's an
Yeah,
al- Yeah.
yeah. I've been talking to a couple people, trying to stir up some interest, but
Good, I've been constantly doing that.
yeah,
You gotta keep doing it, yeah.
and my next door neighbor wants to come to a meeting, so he's interested.
Good,
And
good.
he is like in his 30s,
Oh, that
Oh,
would be
good.
good.
so yeah,
Yeah.
bring some young,
Yeah.
Yes.
young
not
blood.
that we're
Does he
old.
have kids?
No.
Well, that makes it even better, makes it hard, and family people, it's hard, you know, they get so much going on with kids. You know that, you know? Yeah, so it's hard,
When
but that's
does the-
good.
Yeah,
When during the year does the term start? Is it at the annual meeting?
No, it was vacated now, so it's start right now.
Is it January or May? Don't they usually
Yes.
start, like, I think after
When-
town meeting?
I
Yeah,
think so.
right after town
That's
meeting.
when that's when I just did it. I just re-enrolled then.
Yeah,
Yeah, so I think it's that.
Yeah, when your term as a conservation commissioner.
Okay.
Yeah. Now, what does yours say? Do you remember?
I took over, I think, one that was going to expire in 25.
that would make sense, because there's nothing about, there's only one person in 25 on here, which is you, Shirley.
I'm
So,
25.
yeah.
Yeah.
So I think he has to
So
be
we
the other.
both come up for renewal if we want to, May of 25.
Mhm.
Is it hard to get reelected?
No, we're not, it isn't an elected position.
Oh, okay.
You're the select board nominee. Sides.
And
Yeah.
term-
It's just like a piece of paperwork that you
Yeah.
have to refill.
Okay,
I think.
You just apply and then they approve it. Or not.
Why not? Yeah.
and there's no term limits.
No?
No.
No.
And as far as officers, there's no term limits either.
Okay,
How long was Alan up?
That's a good question. He was quite a while,
It was probably 15 years.
probably.
wow. You were
Anyway,
chair for 15 years.
yeah. Jerry, let's say 3 or 4?
3 or 4. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'd say 3 or 4, maybe 5, but I think 3 or 4 is more
Yeah.
realistic. Yeah.
He said he was on it for 9 years.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's probably about
That's
right.
about right.
Yeah. So I've been on it longer than that. 'Cause I was here before, I was on it before Jerry.
Me
Okay.
too.
Yeah, you've been longer. You've been the longest. You're the senior. Oh, Lee's been out and back though, right?
Yeah, I was on it for like 8 years. I was chairman for 2 or 3 years.
Mhm.
Now
So
you're back.
A lot of changes come down the road.
Yep.
Yeah,
Mm.
yeah.
Now, yeah, I think I came on probably maybe 2001. I'd have to look it up.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Do you guys want to make a motion for vice chair?
Sure, I'll
Make-
make a motion. Oh, go ahead, Lee. You start.
I make a motion for vice chair Ed.
I'll second.
We have a roll call vote to approve or disapprove.
Yep.
We'll start with you, Lee.
Lee, yes, I approve.
Carol, yes, I approve.
Jay, yes, I approve.
Shirley Green, yes.
Thanks, Ed. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Yeah.
That's good.
I'll see you later, kiddo. Lee.
She's so funny.
Okay, we were hoping, Jerry told me that he had forgot to put it on last time, that you had some expenditures for us to approve.
Oh, crap. It wasn't very much. I'll bring it in next time. It was like $35. I bought some stickers for the class I did at the village school. And I finished up my sessions, my 4 weeks there. It went pretty good. Boy, it was an education. I haven't worked with little kids since I had little kids. Third,
They're like
fourth graders. Oh, my God. But it was fun. It was really fun. So I had 4 weeks with them and it was good. I think some of the stuff I presented, I was amazed at their knowledge. They had some basic knowledge on wildlife and habitats, and stuff like that. So I was pleased with that. So basic knowledge. And I think they walked away with more knowledge. And that was my goal.
Yeah.
On habitats. And then I did the watershed warriors. So I'd like to do that. I'm holding on to the kit. I'd like to do that. I'm gonna reach out to the middle schools and the high schools and see, I have it through January, so I'm gonna try to see if I can present that to them in January. Then I gotta turn the kit back in, but that was pretty cool too, the watershed warriors. Have you ever seen it?
Oh, yeah, I've done it.
You've done it?
Many, many times.
Yeah, yeah,
See, I was on New Hampshire Lakes for 19 years.
yeah, so you're
And
familiar.
that's
with
where
it.
it's from.
Yeah, I know.
On
I
the
got a connection.
Education committee.
Yeah.
No, I've done it many times at
Yeah.
different events. There's a Discover Wild New Hampshire that
Yeah.
New Hampshire Fish and Game puts on every
Yeah.
year down in Concord, and
Yeah.
and we always did
Yeah.
that.
Yeah. So I guess we're kind of in another business now, so maybe I should let us
But
proceed with
that
the
is
agenda. Yeah.
one that kids really get a lot of.
Yeah.
I also have a watershed model too, that's really good, but.
Yeah.
but
Yeah, she
last
showed
year
me, the
was-
lady down in Grantham there, she showed me the model, but they couldn't lend that out. But then I got a hold of the lady from the New Hampshire Lakes and,
Aaron,
yeah, Erin,
Yeah.
and the kid it's 6 modules, there's 6 bins. It's a lot.
we had
I
a,
didn't get through all 6 with my third and
No,
fourth
it's a
graders.
lot.
It was too much,
it's a lot.
but we had
You
fun.
need someone for each bin. What you need is the best way to do it.
I think you're right.
Yeah, that's the only way, one.
Well, I
person.
got through 4 bins pretty good with them,
That's good.
but I only had 6 kids, so,
Yeah,
but
if you had
still,
a
it
whole
was fun.
class, you'd,
Yeah, you need people. When you have more, yeah.
yeah.
How did they receive it?
They had fun with it.
Oh,
I
did
think they understood it a little bit. Yeah. I mean, it was all about, how water flows up to down through the ground and comes up and down and how it's important to keep it clean. And that was basically what we were trying to impress upon them. Yeah, I think they walked away.
How old are they?
3rd and 4th graders.
Oh, yeah, it's perfect.
Yeah.
That's what I worked in 4th grade and, we did wash it all through
Yeah.
the year.
What do you think about the middle school? I like to reach out to the middle school, 6th and 7th graders. Yeah. How about high school? Okay.
You try to reach them all.
Okay, good. Well, I got contacts in all the
I have a
schools.
timer.
So I'm all certified. I got all checked in. I got my badge and everything, so I can go in and out of the schools without causing too much of a ruckus. So I should take advantage of that.
We had it last year at the, ice cream social at the old home days.
Yeah.
And I had 3 people. I didn't get enough for each one, but keeps you very busy.
Yeah.
You really,
No,
the ideal thing is to have one for each activity.
Yeah.
But,
Good.
So I can
So-
talk more about some of my goals at the end, okay? Why don't we move on with
Okay.
the agenda?
so you bring in your, expenditure?
Yeah, I forgot.
Next
If
time.
if I lose it, don't worry about it. I mean, it's my contribution to,
Okay,
okay?
and I just put the,
I thought I said it to Jerry, but he said, but don't
he
worry,
forgot to put it on last time.
Yeah,
He
don't worry about it.
reminded me
it's very minor.
this month.
$30 is.
On the old business, I just put the Methodist Hill property use, because I believe that they're gonna give their recommendation to the select board next Tuesday's
Oh, yeah?
Monday's meeting, the 8th.
Okay,
And so I just wanted
Okay.
to remind people, they said that, we couldn't participate by having opinion at that one, but it'd be interesting to
Yeah.
hear what their recommendation
yeah, with
is
it,
and
yeah,
how it
absolutely.
goes.
Tom Klaus, who was on that committee, is a neighbor of mine.
Yes,
And he and I were talking about it, and I guess they all came forth with their proposals. We listened to them all when we stayed at that meeting.
right.
And they all polished up the proposals a little bit and tried to make them a little bit more global.
Yeah,
And they pretty much went with his, which I was pleased to hear because of all of the proposals I heard that night. His was the one that was the most strongest for keeping undeveloped properties.
yeah, he was very prepared.
Yeah.
He was very good, very good.
Yeah, so, I'm not sure what version of it came out, but I think that's what's gonna happen and.
No, that's good. I'm glad. Let's be hopeful.
Yeah.
It is on their agenda. I just double checked.
It is good.
Very good.
So is there any other business?
I mean, if you want to keep talking about education, like I said, I'd like to do, I'm gonna reach out to the schools and see if I can get them to get it on the agenda. Whether they can do it or not, I don't know. Cause I'm gonna have to turn it in sometime January or February. I can always sign it out again, I guess, if other people don't want it, but I'm gonna try that. Furthering education. I mean, I presented also at the 3rd and 4th graders, the UNH extension, speaking for wildlife presentations. That's what I went to class for too. And those are really good. And I'm gonna be presenting them at the senior center where I work. I'm gonna start in January and do like one a month. But, I don't know. I mean, I'd be more than willing to do those somewhere in town, I mean, at any time, maybe we could do, if we want to discuss it and think about when's an appropriate time to
Yeah.
promote that and do some of those wildlife presentations, because
That'd be
maybe towards the better weather, too, when you
Yeah.
get people thinking about getting outside too.
Mhm.
But I don't know, any thoughts on where we
February,
could do
March
it?
would be good to get them
Wait.
thinking about it before spring.
Yeah,
Yeah, March,
and how do you think we promoted, where did we promote it at
well, you could just hold us, like we did, we have with other people, like, fellow with the Bears, Van Killen, just, promote it, advertise it and.
Where, I got the,
Community building would be a good place. to
yeah, the
do it.
community building,
Yeah.
okay.
Even here, but, you can have more.
I think the
people.
community building is more central to it, and
Yeah.
people know where to go and stuff, it's easy to find. Yeah,
The Trout in the Classroom is another really good one too.
yeah, I'm not familiar with
Yeah.
that, but yeah, do you have access to it?
I did it for many years at school.
Yeah.
We did it both sides of town and culminated at the end of the year with a Congress, latest Congress, a watershed Congress, and
Yeah,
it was great. It was for fourth graders.
Yeah.
But it could be for any, there were people that did it in middle school and high school
yeah.
too.
If you want, I can, maybe next meeting, what I'll do is I'll bring in the packets for each one of them, so you guys can look at it.
There we go.
And, let me know which ones you think. What I did at the third and fourth graders, I did birds, bats, and butterflies. And then I did amphibians and reptiles.
Okay.
And I'm doing the one in January at the senior center. It's gonna be the history of wildlife in New Hampshire.
Oh,
So
wow.
I thought that might be
Wow, well,
nice
that'd be good
for senior. Yeah, I thought so too. So I haven't really
That's gonna
reviewed
be
it.
at the community center, you're gonna do it?
I'm doing it at the senior center in Lebanon.
Senior center.
That's where I work.
Oh, that'd be another good one to do publicly.
Yeah, I'm gonna be advertising it, but it's in Lebanon though, but I'm gonna advertise it within the senior center community. But I could probably get some posters out for Enfield too, because anyone's welcome to go there.
Cause you don't have to do all these programs, try to do them all at once. You can.
No, I can do them anytime I want.
Yeah, down the road.
I've had the links to them,
Yeah.
they're PowerPoints, and you got all the talking points and stuff like that, and you just present them and you talk about it, and the more you talk about it, the more comfortable you feel. And it's opportunities for people to learn. So, I mean, they're about an hour.
So many things are amazed at.
All right, so let's think about March or April, when the weather gets better, and I'll put that on my to-do list.
Jay, I think a while ago, you mentioned when your kids were little that they had was it called 4 Winds?
It was called
Oh,
ELF.
yeah, that's a good.
Yeah, but when my kids were little, it was ELF.
Okay.
Environmental learning for something. It was the Science Center in Quechee.
Okay.
They sent people to the school, and the parents came to the school, and they were taught all these
Yeah.
presentations, and then we brought them to the kids.
Oh, okay.
It was great.
'Cause
Yeah,
there's
we did that
something
in Lebanon
similar.
too.
Yeah, it was fun. It was so much fun.
Yeah, my second graders class had a parent come in and do
So
some
there's
kind of
different versions of
presentation
it now, yeah.
recently. So there's something still going on like that too.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. I
That's a
remember,
really good enrichment.
I remember going in the first time, my kid, he was so proud to have his dad come in. Oh, my God. And yeah, I could, we gotta get on with the meeting. I was gonna tell a side story. But
That's okay.
so I was going in and I walked in and all the kids were buzzing. I look at my son and his face looks like it's gonna fall off. I go, uh-oh, something's wrong with him. Because he was talking about it. Then I find out his buddy tells me Kyle lost his retainer, expensive retainer.
Oh, just did you come in?
Yeah, he had just lost it that morning. He was all bummed out because we preached to him about how important it is in taking care of it, right? So where did you see it last, Kyle? Well, I had lunch, blah, 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 blah. I might have lost it in the cafeteria. So we went in, him and I went into the cafeteria and into the kitchen, and we started to go through trash. The first bag of trash I opened, there it sat.
Wow, that was lucky.
Yeah.
Pull it out of the trash. We gave it a good hose down and soap washing and had it back. But it was pretty funny. He
Yeah.
wouldn't tell me that, but his buddy had to tell me. But you look at his
I
face. and-
felt so bad.
Anyway, not for stories, but that's what I remember so much about that.
So does anyone else have any other business?
No, that was it.
Actually, I wanted to ask some questions about DES. I would like to be able to find somebody to speak to on behalf of the lake. And I don't know if you want to, has to be
You mentioned
sanctioned
something
by
like that
us
too,
too.
Carol.
or-
I can't hear you.
That gentleman.
I'd like to be able to talk to somebody in DES about doing something about all of the silt and sand that has come into the lake. I'd like to hear right from the horse's mouth if we cannot touch it, or if it's so deep that maybe you can, take off the upper layers. I mean, I can show you these, I took
You
pictures.
can look, right online for all that
And ask questions.
information.
Okay,
And ask some questions and then bring it back to the committee,
okay,
which you find.
but this is
Yeah.
next to where my dock area is, and I measured it today. It's 32 inches deep,
And it's
and it's
silted.
all new stuff,
How new, measured in time?
July 9th.
Oh, since the heavy rains.
Yeah.
32 inches.
32
Holy
inches.
mackerel.
And, you know, as it rains and as we get some heavy flow, it's knocking it down and gouging it out, but it's also bringing it further into the lake. You can just see the sand, how much there
And that's
is.
because of the degradation upstream.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my
Um,
God. What a
See, the
classic,
lakes
sad
are
example.
always, it depends, sometimes we have really things like that to put a lot more in. Lakes are always filling with sediment,
Yeah,
yeah. And it's very rare that there's any dredging allowed,
right.
but,
So this is pretty graphic, and I wouldn't mind going down, even if it
Yeah.
means taking a trip to Concord.
I think you should talk to them and ask them, are there any recourse that you can have?
Yeah.
Are there any remedial things that can be done to fix something like that? So it doesn't continue until next thing you know, your water is now land.
Yeah,
you can do that by email, or you can just pick up the phone and call DES.
Okay.
Yeah,
all right.
but when you
we've
look
always
at
been
it,
in touch with them.
when you look at it, that is the end result of the state's culverts. You know, I mean, they're trying to get rid of the water.
Yeah,
They send it down
yeah,
and then we have to deal with it on the lake.
yeah.
It,
all
it
comes
should
down.
be it should be a collaboration,
Mhm.
yeah, it should
Yeah.
be.
But they, unfortunately, they're understaffed. They do less and less on things like that as the years go by, unfortunately.
And the
We've been
town-
involved in it for over 25 years and
Mhm.
know a lot of the people personally at DES and seen a lot of them come and go. But, it's, just over 1,000 lakes in New Hampshire,
Yeah.
and they all have the same issues.
Yeah,
Yeah, the-
yeah,
That's a thing.
It
And they
might
have,
be-
and their staff is so, they're so understaffed. And whenever there is a cut in government, where is it?
But, what we could do too is contact other lakes around us and see how
Mhm.
they're dealing with it. I mean, cause they
Mhm.
might already have something in motion, because you're right, all the things we're dealing with, the
Yeah.
cyanobacteria, the silt,
yeah.
they're all dealing with it too. So,
They've been ditching a lot. You know how the town comes in to get ready for rain and they ditch?
Yeah.
And they ditch really deep. I've never seen them put rocks or anything in there, because what they're digging up is earth and soil. And so as the water runs down, there's nothing to prevent it not taking dirt, soil.
Right,
And
Right.
they're digging now, and so they did put some rocks with the water going into your fill pond, your little pond there.
right.
But anywhere else, I've never seen them put anything.
But rocks doesn't make much difference. It's the bushes, very strong root system that keeps water from running off.
Yeah,
It's not rocks, it goes right through it.
yeah, that's true.
Yeah,
A little protection, but not.
Yeah.
you're
Nothing.
right.
If they're
Significant.
big enough, they can protect the ground underneath them. But what happens is the silt ends up ending on top of the rocks too.
yeah.
yeah.
I mean, I've seen that happen in the stream next to
And
mine.
there's underground streams too, with
Yep.
these heavy rains we're
Yeah.
having,
Right.
they get to going and they'll take a hill out.
Oh, yeah.
So, that is a
Yeah. The
good
best thing
topic.
is to have
Yeah.
runoffs. That's what, on Nichols Drive, they did runoffs.
Mhm.
It's very steep there, too. It is on the whole backside.
Yeah,
And, they put a lot into doing runoffs so that water just doesn't go straight down.
Yeah.
It goes off to
Yeah.
the side.
Yeah.
And that keeps it from going into the lake. They don't have a problem there, but, that's taking steps to do things like that are the most important thing you
Yeah.
can do. If, you just fill, it was coming down the hill straight, you're just making a runway.
Yeah.
But, whereas if it has to go off to the side, it's diverting it.
Yeah,
The trick is diverting when you got all these personal properties. People owning the property that you want to divert into, and you probably can't do that.
Yeah, but doesn't that property behind you all belong to a group on Holly?
Oh, yeah, but to get to it, it's not kind of hard to get to get machinery up there. You'd have to invest some money in taking down some trees and, but yeah, I mean, that's something I'd love to see done.
That'd be the best thing you could do.
Yeah.
All across that back hill.
Okay, well, I'm gonna keep on this, and I'm going to try and get hold of somebody from DES and see. I mean, I'd love to get some of that sand out of there,
Yeah,
but I can see if there's 1,000 lakes and they give 3 of us permission to get some sand out of there, and other people find out about it, then everybody's gonna be doing it, but if it's not harming the lakes, maybe everybody should do it.
well, I considered it harms the lake to do anything to the bottom, you know. even-
Right, but you
They
got
figured-
32 inches to get to the bottom here.
But they consider that was a natural weather phenomenon, you know,
yeah, but
But it's
the
not,
stream that you're dealing with is not natural.
it is. It's a natural, stream that's always been there.
I'm not sure all of them are. I think they put culverts in here and there to kind of make it
Well, yeah, but I mean, the streams that come down the hill,
right,
yeah.
That's
those
what
have
I mean.
always Been there.
is that I think
Now,
that,
how did your culvert happen to be smaller than the others?
it was the same size as most of them, but
Oh,
it was too small to take this.
That flow.
that amount of water.
yeah,
Yeah. It was crazy. It was just insane how much water came down.
No, but what I'm trying to say, Shirley, is that before they put in the main culverts, they
Mhm.
had a bunch of streams, probably. I don't know that for a fact, but I'm just hypothesizing. You know, they had a bunch of streams, and what they did was they channeled it and then came down probably in one here and one there. I'm not sure that's the truth, but you know, you'll probably find out from Rob.
No, it is
And-
true. It is true. There's a lot channeling down into the stream that comes down to that holding pond at the end of our
yeah.
road, and also to the stream that bisects my property.
So we could argue the point
There's
that
too much diverted into it.
into one area, yeah.
If that was just a natural stream like it was when we bought the place 20 years ago, we wouldn't have had this problem.
Yeah,
Now, how did it change then?
I am not sure, you know, I've heard differing, opinions. I thought that like 15 years ago, they made some changes with culverts that directed more water into the streams affecting these 2 properties. Talking to somebody who used to work for the town quite a while ago, he said, no, those culverts that you're talking about were there 50 years ago.
Hmm.
So,
Development
But they would-
upstream, any development upstream?
oh yeah, there's a lot of development.
Well, that's a
that-
factor right there.
Yeah,
That
and
creates-
that's all the sludge and sand that's coming.
Yeah, so that changes everything. It
Yeah.
really does.
Yeah. But you're right, if it's just the natural stream.
And see, that's why the opinion, when the planning board the conservation, working with the planning board is important. Because the conservation commission would have an opinion on the stormwater runoff
Yeah,
that's gonna be caused by that development. And offer some advice on what you could do to divert it, rather than come right down the hill.
right,
Because our lakes are a valuable resource in this town.
I know.
If they lose value, the town loses value.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's exactly right.
On the same issue, back in September, and you were at this meeting with the Board of Selectmen. 15 of us from Holly Drive went to meet with the Board of Selectmen to explain the problem that we're seeing, the contamination of the lake. This very issue that we're talking about here. And they were gracious enough to give us a lot of time to speak our piece, and they listened to us. And one fellow was particularly hard to convince that it was really an issue, but he finally stopped asking obnoxious questions. But I'm wondering if anything's been done. That was back in September, so that was 4 months ago. I know they got 1,000 things on their plate.
But it's on people's land that there's, needs to be done, these, diversion and stuff. I think it's gonna be, people are gonna have to take it up themselves.
Yeah.
But you can check, you know, keep at it and see, but I would doubt if the town, so this, it's not the only problem on any, on that, on either, on any of the lakes here, just here even.
Yeah.
It's not the only area that has a problem, and I don't think they can, unless they can do something, as far as, development and require that certain things are done to prevent runoff
Mhm.
when your runoff's gonna go. I don't know, it's something that we need to keep working on.
That's something that DES, you know, you could consult with them and, you know, maybe if they thought it was significant enough, they would, you know, they would look into it, but that's, yeah.
Okay, that's the route I'm thinking.
Yeah, I think that's the route you gotta do.
Yeah,
Because, you know, if there's something that needs to be done, they're the ones that could really get the ball rolling,
right.
right? If they felt that was serious enough.
Mhm.
Correct? I think so, yes.
Makes sense.
Hard to say what they would, depends on what it is.
You don't
what
know.
the situation
Yeah,
is.
I mean, that's.
Because they want the towns to take more responsibility
Themselves.
because they are understaffed.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
And,
okay.
And, the legislative session is just starting. And, that's where a lot of the issues like this can get resolved. If we get enough people in the legislature
Yeah.
that are in care about the watershed, the environment. But, there's generally developers and, real estate agents are the ones that block it the most.
Yeah.
They don't want, like the septic systems around the lake. A couple of years, I was amazed that, cause I'm on the legislative committee on New Hampshire Lakes. I was amazed that it was a real estate agency that blocked improving regulations on sewers.
Yeah.
Real.
That's pretty sad, but I can see that. I mean, they're looking out for their number one.
Yeah,
That's what they're looking out for.
yeah,
Why would they
Their
do
profit.
that though?
yeah, you did.
Cause if you're talking real estate values, that doesn't make any sense to
No,
me.
It
at
isn't
It's
hurting them at this.
short-sighted. It's
Very
incredibly
short-sighted.
short-sighted.
Short-sighted and short-term, rather than looking
Yeah.
down the road and say, you know.
It's not hurting them, you know, look at the value of houses right now.
And
Yeah,
they can be blind, to certain things.
yeah, but, yeah, Piper's.
Because it makes it harder or something.
Piper's gotta pay at some point, you know, it's.
If it's inspected, you know, if an inspection was required and it had to be, something had to be done, it's probably a headache for them.
And I'm just concerned about the cyanobacteria. And, you know, in order to be an advisory commission, like we're supposed to be, we can't legislate, or all we can do is recommend and advise, right?
Correct.
But you can't advise unless you have research. I mean, you have to have data.
Yeah.
And so that's why I proposed last meeting to start with the water testing
Mhm.
and get them, you know, find out, because I know they're only doing it twice a year now.
Twice a year.
And they're only doing 6 sites twice a year. And, so there's gotta be a reason, short
So you mean the
staff.
state is
no.
only doing it or your
Us,
lake
The
association?
lake.
Why do you
Association.
think that is?
I don't know. That's why I say, let's get some people in and start doing some research so that we are qualified.
Ours is
to
done
advise.
weekly from May to October. But where would the Mascoma does it through the DES program. And we do it through UNH, Lake Water Monitoring.
Ah,
Yeah, it's a lot more in-depth program.
Also a lot more frequent. I would say everybody through DES is probably only doing it twice a year.
I think they did it, I heard once, it used to be, I think, once a month anyways. But twice a year.
yeah, that's what, it used to be once a month. And, you know, I mean, I can't remember exactly, I had a conversation with one of the members that does the water testing. And that's how I remember it, but I can't swear that it's 100% accurate.
Hmm.
So that's why I'd like to get some people in and talk about this in committee and get it documented. And then we can go to somebody with a report that says,
There should be reports at the library of all your testing throughout the years. That those are on record or it'll be through on the DES website. Just look up Mascoma Lake and the water testing, and all your results should be right there. I know ours are online. We used to get a thick book every year with the results. Now it's all online, but it's there so you can see if it's
Done for a week at the elementary school, the services.
huh?
But you're not coming through clearly.
But if you have the reports, then you can see over the years
Yeah,
how, if it's improved or how it's going.
yeah, all I know
Because
is
they
that,
test for different things. Claire, there's lots of different things you can test for, but mostly people test for phosphorus and clarity but
Looks like there's some info on the Mascoma Lake Association website.
okay,
But at the bottom it says Mascoma Lake Reports PDF, and that gives you a page not found.
no, that's interesting to have the results of the annually to know
Mhm.
how the lake's doing.
yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm sure they have that, and I'm sure they send them in properly and everything, but
So DES should have it.
okay, and
Yeah.
what was the site you said to go to for the test results?
It's,
For, if you get on for the water quality test results, just go to Mascoma Lake,
Okay,
because they'd have all the lakes that they do.
Okay.
And
yeah, because along with the silt, I think it's bringing down all kinds of
Chemicals.
chemicals and.
they had a serious problem that took them quite a while to find out what it was on Squam Lake in Wilderness, which is a very clean lake and had lots of loons on it. And they lost half of their loons.
Wow.
So they started a study. I think it was 78 or something like that, loons that they lost. And they, finally, it took a year or so to find out, but there was a runoff of a certain chemical. Can't remember the name of it, but this is online also, that was coming off or runoff into that lake. And it was poisoning.
Wow. So bad.
That's the on Golden Pond Lake,
Yes,
isn't it?
yeah. 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 No, it was pretty upsetting to the
Yeah,
people on that lake.
no doubt, Ben.
Yeah. And I'm sure that's probably how the study was paid for. It was probably people on the lake paid for it. Yes.
Okay.
can I add something in for you guys? The last planning board meeting, that was held, they had the consultant there, who is gonna be doing both the zoning ordinance rewrite and the, next couple chapters of the master plan. And conservation is on the docket as one of the chapters for the master plan. But also if there's any stuff that you guys are feeling like zoning ordinance wise, it would be helpful. You talked a little bit about, ways that you could do that around the lake. They're looking at dividing, so this map up here, the blue sections, they're looking at creating a, lake-specific zone. And so there's gonna be coming up, I think they started February, kind of through March, they're gonna have several community sessions, for like feedback and
Oh, interesting.
that.
Isn't that interesting that
So-
they, would you think they'd let the lake associations know about that?
About
So
the,
you could
I-
get it out, the information out.
well, I think they are on, so the last planning board meeting was the first, there were some issues with consultants, but now there's a consultant and they're on contract and there's a timeline. But I think now that they are on, they have like a list of identified like stakeholders,
Yeah.
like associations and things like that that
Good.
wanna go.
Cause that would be great.
Yeah,
I'm glad they're.
so as I can forward any information to you that I get from the meetings, but yeah, it'll be
You
coming
should.
up and I think they really are wanting conservation input as part of
Yeah,
that.
I think it's conservation, heritage and recreation, isn't it? The last three or something on that.
There's a fifth one. I have to look and see what it is though. But yeah, they're kind of concurrently gathering information from the groups for both the master plan and the zoning ordinance.
That's the next phase of it.
Yes,
Hmm.
yeah, so that will be a good opportunity for some of the things that you guys are chatting about. I
Yeah.
think.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you. So those magic marker, blue, those are new, right? Those weren't there last.
Yeah, they've been discussing it for probably the last 3 meetings,
Yeah.
3 planning board
And
meetings.
they meet on the second Wednesday, isn't
They meet both the second and the fourth, I think.
Twice.
Don't check my calendar. I have so many,
it?
so many in
bet
there,
you do.
yeah.
I'd have-
So they're the second and the fourth. Usually they'll have one meeting where they dedicate like focused work like that, and then one where they do hearings, so. Yeah.
So
Septic-
on the,
Septic systems, that's something that should be talked
Pardon me?
about, septic systems. You know, like Jerry kept talking about,
Yeah.
new houses
Mm,
and not having the requirements to,
I know,
to,
people that take down a seasonal,
and then put up a permanent. Yeah, that's
what they tried to do. That's a law that was shot down. They tried to get through the legislature.
They actually just talked about it at the last planning board.
Did they?
meeting
They
As,
did.
as an issue, like, should that be something they consider as part of zoning, is adding some kind of like, you have to have your system pumped and monitored on a regular basis, because so many people just don't.
Yeah, they never do.
it.
No, there's some that,
Just don't,
Never do.
my septic system's fine, I've never had to do anything, that's a problem, right?
Yeah, right there.
yeah,
And
And
how
that's
long you
keeping-
lived there? Oh, 40 years.
that's seeping into the water.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
upgrade
so,
too, when you build, like you say, yeah, I mean, that's good, that's on the docket, so. So that's gonna be a point, so will we be invited to that? Okay,
yes,
well, that's
that's
good,
my understanding, yeah.
okay.
And they didn't have specific dates, for all of the, like, community input sessions, but as they come up, I could let you guys know
Sure,
about them,
thank you.
or,
Thank you.
yeah.
That's good to know, Whitney.
Yeah, it just as February 2024. I was just scanning minutes to see if they happened to discuss a date, but.
Surprised it's not out there.
So this, on the correspondence, that was just DES notifying town that they received their application. This is to do with they have to do a shoreline bit because the construction on Whitney Hall is close to the river. So what they do will need to be approved, but just at the point where they received the application now.
Right. Yeah.
So does anybody have any other business?
No.
The next meeting is February 1st. So does anyone move to adjourn?
I so move.
I'll second.
All in favor? Here we go with our roll call. Yeah,
Jay approves.
Carol approves.
Shirley approves.
That
Lee,
approves.
are you there, Lee?
Oh, she might be muted still. Hold on, Lee, I'm sorry.
I approve.
Thank you.
When I was
Had to
at
put
the
the mood in.
Methodist Hill Property Committee meeting,
Yeah,
when they went to adjourn, they said, somebody moved to adjourn, and I said, okay, you don't have to second. Is that true?
Yes,
That's
you don't
true?
have to second.
To
No,
adjourn.
and just move to adjourn and then be done with it.
Yeah, yeah, okay.
Thank you, Shirley.
you want-
So many rules.
Congratulations, Tim.
Oh, yeah.
Chairwoman.
I don't know.
Yeah. Hey, Jay,
Madam Chair.